When discussing The Wire, David Simon's seminal HBO series that redefined television drama, fans and critics alike often praise its authenticity, complex characters, and raw portrayal of Baltimore's systemic issues. Over its five-season run, the series introduced a sprawling ensemble cast that embodied the interlocking worlds of law enforcement, drug trade, politics, education, and the media. Yet, behind the scenes, casting choices could have dramatically altered the show's trajectory. One fascinating what-if scenario is imagining John C. Reilly, a versatile actor known for his uncanny ability to balance humor, intensity, and vulnerability, in a significant role within The Wire's universe. Reilly, by the early 2000s, was already making waves in Hollywood with performances that combined earnestness and emotional depth, from Chicago to Gangs of New York. His chameleonic quality and grounded presence suggest he might have brought a completely different energy to a character in The Wire. Given the show's naturalistic style, Reilly's nuanced acting could have enhanced or even reshaped the way certain storylines were perceived. One plausible role for Reilly in The Wire could have been Detective Jimmy McNulty, originally portrayed by Dominic West. McNulty is the show's complex anti-hero, a flawed, self-destructive cop who obsessively chases justice but often clashes with the system. West's version of McNulty is brooding, sharp, and sardonic. John C. Reilly might have injected a more grounded, sometimes wary yet likable version of McNulty, emphasizing the detective's vulnerabilities and internal conflicts in a slightly different way. His capacity to blend humor and pathos could have made McNulty's struggles with addiction, relationships, and bureaucratic frustration feel even more human and relatable. Alternatively, Reilly might have fit intriguingly in the role of Bunk Moreland, McNulty's partner, played by Wendell Pierce. Bunk's character often provides comic relief alongside his steadfast professionalism. Reilly's comedic timing, paired with his dramatic chops, could have deepened Bunk's character beyond the tough, no-nonsense cop archetype, adding layers of warmth and subtle humor that might have softened the brutal realities of their world without undermining the gravity of the narrative. Another intriguing what-if is Reilly playing a character like Stringer Bell, originally Idris Elba's role. Stringer is the cerebral, business-minded drug kingpin who tries to elevate the street game to a corporate enterprise. While Elba delivered a cold, commanding presence, Reilly might have brought a more conflicted or introspective quality to the role, perhaps making Stringer's attempts to straddle legitimate business and criminal empire building more nuanced and tragic. This could have shifted the dynamic of the drug trade storyline, offering new emotional textures and motivations. Imagining John C. Reilly in The Wire also invites us to consider how his presence might have influenced the tone of the show. While The Wire is known for its stark realism and social critique, Reilly's roles often include moments of levity and humanity that could have offered a more balanced emotional palette. This might have made the show more accessible to viewers less drawn to relentless grimness, without compromising its unflinching look at institutional decay. On the flip side, Reilly's involvement could have altered the show's gritty authenticity. The Wire prides itself on its naturalistic casting, often featuring lesser-known actors or local Baltimore talent to maintain realism. Reilly's relative star power might have shifted focus, potentially distracting from the ensemble nature that makes the show so compelling. His recognizable face could have also affected the immersive quality, reminding viewers of the actor rather than the character. Ultimately, casting John C. Reilly in The Wire represents a tantalizing alternate history of one of television's greatest dramas. Whether as McNulty, Bunk, or Stringer Bell, his unique blend of humor, vulnerability, and grit could have added new layers to the show's exploration of human complexity amidst systemic dysfunction. While the series is iconic as it stands, imagining Reilly's involvement reminds us how casting choices profoundly shaped narrative tone, character development, and audience connection. The Wire is a masterclass in ensemble storytelling and casting, and it's fascinating to think about how different actors, especially someone as multifaceted as John C. Reilly, might have influenced the storytelling. In any case, the show's legacy as a raw and intricate portrayal of urban life remains untouchable. But the possibility of Reilly's take invites new appreciation for the craft behind the casting process in groundbreaking television.